Hey guys, welcome back. Next update, we're doing more wiring. And I know it's some of your favorites, and I know others it's not your favorite. So anyway, let's talk about what we've done. We'll go take a look at the car. So this is where we're going to start today. We're going to take our center console, which looks like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to hijack all of these buttons. And in order to do that, we have to pull this out of the car, and then we have to take it apart and extract the electronics board. So let's get the electronics board out of this, and we'll start getting these buttons so that they're useful for us for our head unit, which is the Aventador head unit. So here's the board, guys, that we took out of our center console. You can see I've done a bunch of wire wrapping, and what that is that I've hijacked all the switches. So this has some logic on the other side, which I believe is probably for a CAN bus. So I basically turned this into something that I can use on my own. And I've independently wired all of the switches to this header. There's 4 switches that I don't have, but I don't really see a use for them. The cool one is this guy up here, which I was going to use as a volume knob. And it turns out that it has a common and a push button switch, and we've hooked those up. And then the other thing is it has these 3 outputs. And if you go in between, there's nothing. And then if you do it again, you get a signal. So actually, that means that I could wire this up so that on the Toto for the steering wheel, I can hook up 2 separate resistors, and then one will be down and one will be up. So it'll be kind of cool. And then basically I have to figure out what the direction is, so that's going to take a little bit of monkey business. In the meantime, Scott DeBear is, I hope I got his name pronounced right, probably didn't. But anyway, he's the Cruising Geek. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. And he's going to send me an Arduino that will be able to do the clicks for me on the Toto. So go over there and check out what he's done for that. It's pretty cool, and hopefully we'll get that installed soon, and then we can use this little switch for that. So I've got all this done. Now one of the things that I can do is, if you look at the other side, I've got a hot wire here. And if I hook that up to this pin, so if we look over here, and I hook up the power pin here, I've identified basically the resistive side of the lights. So if I turn on my power supply, I get my lit board, which is really nice. And so those will actually highlight all of the lighting that's going to be on the system. So that'll be really cool that it'll all light up properly when you plug it in. Okay, well, we have it back home here. And so I'm going to go ahead and do the test after we've reassembled it. Turn on the lights, which looks like we have all of our lights on, which is groovy. Yeah, it's going to be cool. All right, well, now that we have it in the air, I want to draw your attention to these little guys right here. I got one there, and I got one there. Okay, so those are on the front of the car, and they're pointing down towards the little tips of the front fascia. And those are cameras, and those are going to allow us to see up front when we approach an obstacle, like, you know, a driveway or a harsh approach or a speed bump or something like that. So this is actually going to allow us to switch from, you know, like the rear camera, but go active live to the front in the dash or the Itoto. So we'll have a little switch in there. It'll say, hey, front cameras, we want front cameras on, and we'll be able to switch between the two to see the image. So I think that'll be pretty cool. So look for that in a coming update where I demonstrate its use. So now we're back here in the cockpit. We can start her up here. And then we can put her in reverse. Now you can kind of see a better view of what it looks like behind. That's pretty cool. Got my fuzzy dice. So, yeah. And now we have this back in. We'll be able to use these buttons. And it turns out that we'll be able to go ahead and interface those buttons so that they do something on the Itoto. Well, thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And we'll see you next time.